The female flight attendant took off her stockings in front of all passengers. She did this because the aircraft's landing gear had malfunctioned and an emergency landing was necessary. Removing the stockings was to prevent nylon material from sticking to skin and causing burns in case of fire. She also required passengers to remove all jewelry and sharp objects. The aircraft only had enough fuel for 30 minutes of flight time. Ground fire crews had just arrived at the airport. Even spraying foam at maximum speed would be difficult to cover the 5-kilometer runway in such a short time. The fire chief immediately decided to spray fire-retardant foam only at the most critical locations. Meanwhile, hundreds of armed police and medical personnel were all in position on standby. On September 10, 1998, an aircraft carrying 137 passengers took off from Shanghai Hongqiao bound for Beijing. Shortly after takeoff, the captain noticed the landing gear indicator light changed from green to red. He had the co-pilot repeat the operation, but the indicator light remained red. This meant the aircraft could not land normally. Realizing the severity of the problem, the captain immediately reported to the control tower and prepared to return. The airline's technical personnel quickly rushed to the airport. The chief engineer told everyone that once the landing gear cannot be lowered, the aircraft would create sparks during landing and ignite the fuel tank. Soon, the airline president, airport officials, and even the mayor gathered in the control room. Tom proposed a solution. He had the aircraft dive from high altitude and rapidly pull up at 30 meters above ground, using the reaction force to shake out the landing gear. As the altitude descended to the predetermined position, the captain pulled hard on the controls. The aircraft instantly climbed thousands of meters. The massive turbulence caused panic among passengers. But after completing the maneuver, that deadly red light remained on. Tom provided another plan, requiring the captain to make sharp turns at 300 nautical miles per hour to shake out the landing gear. The severe turbulence made passengers vomit continuously, but the cockpit buttons still did not reset. The command group realized the severity of the situation and immediately notified armed police fire crews and emergency teams to deploy. Just then, Boeing finally replied to the email with a solution to cycle the hydraulic system. But this operation had already been performed half an hour earlier and was completely useless. Ground control suggested the captain open the cabin door to attempt manually lowering the landing gear. However, this was extremely dangerous, as one could easily be blown away by strong winds. Whether to take the risk was their own decision. The co-pilot immediately stood up, volunteering to risk attempting to lower the landing gear. The captain then descended the aircraft to 450 meters to minimize air pressure as much as possible. Others secured the co-pilot with safety ropes. As the co-pilot opened the cabin door, strong winds instantly rushed in. The co-pilot endured suffocating pain as he climbed down the aircraft and repeatedly hammered the landing gear with a wrench, but it still had no effect. Just then, he discovered the landing gear lockbox was broken. This meant the landing gear could never be restored. Now only one option remained: emergency landing.